Content Catchup.
Hello, everyone, and
Hi,
welcome to another episode of the Content Catchup. I'm ignoring that, Julian. Thank you for tuning in again. It's really, we really appreciate it, and I've gone for a more softer, more serious intro today. So, how are you, Jules? How you going?
Why are you going?
I feel like we're just a bit energetic sometimes. Let's narrow it down. It's okay to have flat days. So,
Are you having a flat day? Do you
no,
want
I'm
to
not
talk
actually. I had a great day. How are you?
I'm well, Barks. Thank you. I know people don't think I don't work games anymore, but I want to say something.
Change that narrative.
Literally just came from the VFL. I've still, for those watching on YouTube, I've still got my accreditation.
Yeah, and your green Bonds undies. Thanks for that.
My green Bonds undies. Wearing my Carlton polo. But no, just finished the VFL, and Barks, you and I thought, let's fucking nail this on a Saturday night.
Saturday night,
Why
yeah.
not?
It's about 3 a.m. Saturday night after a long...
That's what times the VFL finishes, at 3 a.m.
Well, to be fair, if anyone watching on this on YouTube, your lighting situation looks about that time.
So does yours. Yeah. Do I need to plug another light in?
No, it's all right. Are you going to ask how I am? Should we talk about me?
Yeah, let's talk about you. You've had a busy day.
Well, I mean, not really. Saw the fam. You know what I really appreciate? Just today, seeing the parents, well, they're not together. It sounds like they're together, but seeing the brother as well, watching basketball with, their family. Like, it's just the small things. I appreciated just watching basketball and with humans next to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hang on, but I'm trying to continue my sensitive side.
So this is the reason why Barks is having a lot of family time today.
Yeah.
Is because he is in bachelor mode.
Bachelor life. Well, yeah, with Brad. It's a bit of a lads weekend.
Yeah. Lads weekend, because Elise, the lovely Elise, is out in
Partying.
Gippsland.
Yeah.
Partying.
Swimming in Gippsland. Plenty of floods out that way.
Plenty of floods.
No, I hope you're safe, Elise.
I hope she packed her floaties. Can we say that? Is it too soon?
You can probably say it. We don't generally tiptoe around the water, if you will. If that's a saying.
Tiptoe around the water, you reckon?
It's not a saying.
You're just taking the piss. But anyway, Barks, the most important question to start this off. With Elise away, we know you're not the most skilled in the kitchen.
Yeah,
what's on the menu for this evening?
Well, lucky there's leftovers last night, so I did last night. Bit of microwave rice and leftover chicken. It wasn't. It was just curry. There was no chicken, unfortunately. So whack that in a wrap. Some rice. It's very nice. And tonight, I don't know tonight. I think we do Uber Eats tonight.
Surely, yeah. Tonight you'll be eating.
Tonight I'll be eating. I don't know. You'll laugh at this. You always feel like the typical Subway. It's so easy.
No. I rate Subway. My only problem with Subway on Uber Eats is you end up paying $30 for one sub by the time it gets to you.
That's fair enough. Oh, we'll see what it is. I'll wait up. What do you think I should get?
Yeah, I think you should get a pasta.
Okay.
Or a pizza.
No, I want to be a bit healthy.
Yeah.
Put on the kgs. Anyway, shall we stop talking about us? Shall we get on to what this podcast is about?
Yeah, let's talk some content. All right, we've got some quick ones from both of us this week, and I'm kicking off.
Which we say this often, and then it turns into a 4-hour fucking episode.
Nah, this one I think this is going to be quick because I'm just sharing some stuff that I think is pretty neat. I stumbled across this one a couple of weeks ago. It's a partnership between the Alpine F1 team and Microsoft. I'm guessing Microsoft is one of their partners for the Formula One. I don't know a lot about Formula One, but this one got me pretty interested because I thought it was a very smart way to... F1 is potentially like one of those really interesting sports where you unless you're an avid fan, you don't know the ins and outs. To me, it just seems like someone's driving a car really fast, and that's impressive, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but for the person who probably doesn't know a lot about it, it's very hard to get into. But so they've put together this little animation, Bucks, you can see on my screen, and everyone else, it's linked in our content spreadsheet, but it just goes through some of the key stats from the race. So it has how many laps they did, how long each lap is, what top speed there was. Cool little animations based off that, like some quotes from the driver. And yeah, like it just not like anything too crazy, but I think like it gives enough for you to kind of want to get a little bit more out of it and maybe follow them and be like, oh, cool. Like, how do you break this down? And like, what else does all this stuff mean? Like, what's DRS and all that kind of stuff from a technical point? And it kind of got me thinking, and maybe this is going to end up being a longer one, right? We obviously spoke about F1 a little bit with Ben Lawson and how they're doing a much better job of styling their feeds and having a bit of a different tone voice, the different teams and whatnot. I wonder though, is there like so many different content opportunities in just like the basic stuff that they take for granted? Like, what does this button do on the steering wheel? Or why do you have to change tires like 400 times? Yeah. Or like, you know, like small things like that could get more fans. And maybe it's just because I'm just coming into this now and haven't done a lot of research or watched a lot of F1 content in the past. But I just think like, yeah, I mean, we talk about it with football, how like the stuff we take for granted is so mundane, but could that be an opportunity for Alpine F1 racing team to go and dive into this stuff a little bit more?
So you're talking more like what can teams or pages do to get others intrigued that don't know much about the sport?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good starting point. I also think it's a very smart like partnership with Microsoft, because Microsoft's obviously computers and whatnot.
Yeah.
And bringing in stats powered by Microsoft is pretty cool.
To people that don't follow F1 or car racing in any fashion, that main thing they showed on that, well, one of the main stats was like the top speed and how many laps. So like straight away they're using terminology that at least we can figure out what the hell that means. And
exactly,
it does make you sort of think, okay, well, what is that top speed like good? Is that top speed like a high top speed, or like these basic questions that I sound like an idiot because I don't know what but that's the point. I think it's content that like is smart in a way, because if you're scrolling through it, it doesn't look like the typical Formula One content. Like, yeah, it's got a car on it, but it doesn't present itself as like, I don't know, cars off the track crashing or cars going around really fast. And it's enough to keep you watching, and then give you that little bit of nugget, like you said, that you understand speed and laps. Yeah.
And then break that down into something further.
Yeah. Sorry, is that something that seemed to post after every race?
I'm not too sure. By the looks of it, if it's a paid partnership, yeah, it looks like there's a little bit more here. This one's from June 18th, so just a couple of days ago. Yeah, same thing. But like smart, you know, like...
It also looks like a video game screen. Like that gets people intrigued.
The animation's really smart.
Yeah. Putting that face
and
as well.
Yeah, different stat at the end. 1.5 million views. Like, this whole thing wraps up, for people not watching YouTube, this whole thing wraps up in 26 seconds.
You know what?
But it doesn't feel rushed.
You know what this opens up? I reckon one episode we should pick a sport that each of us has to sort of try to follow that week. And I'm talking things like that we've got no idea, like F1. Like, one of us, I'd love for us to do lacrosse. Because lacrosse, we've brought up lacrosse before. There's a few people that I follow that make like the sweetest lacrosse content, and I'd love to try to understand it. We should do that one week.
Less talking. Why don't we do it next week?
Okay, done. And we can pick each other's sports there.
Yeah, all right.
Okay,
done.
Great.
We'll do that at the end. We'll do it at the end of the show. We'll pick a sport for each other.
I'll pick it live.
So stay tuned.
Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait till the end.
Or can you make me? Can you choose lacrosse for me, please?
No. I think we're gonna go something different for you.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's my first bit of content. Bucks, you wanna jump over to yours?
I'd love to. The Manly Sea Eagles is the one.
Oh, here we go. This sounds like Edwin territory.
Well, let's just watch it. Let's just watch it first. So, for those...
I should stop sharing my screen, sorry.
You should stop sharing your screen. For those at home, it's a 250th game highlight package, and it's probably just a bit of a discussion around what you're actually trying to do with a highlight reel, and more so going too far on doing too much. But give it a watch.
Okay, I'm going to start from the start. Does it need sound?
I don't think so, but, watch it properly, soak it in.
Yes, it will! Oh, that's brilliant. Great combination. On the inside, a juggle for a... Evans goes for a drop goal. On the inside, a juggle for a
So, yes, that moan or that groan sort of gives it away, because that's sort of my feeling of it. I'll get your opinion soon, but my view on this was very much, that is the most, how do I say it, liked, disliked piece of content I've seen in a while. In terms of, you start that video, the vibe of it, they've gone for the old sort of throwback sort of groove, the music to it. It sort of feels a bit funky, a bit jazz. But once it starts playing, there is just too much shit in it. I'm gonna be honest, and it's probably something that I've probably done. You just get in the groove of adding too many things into a video, and I think the point that it makes me think about is, when you make these highlight packages, just go back to what are you actually trying to do, and that showcase the highlights of the player. And I don't know if you noticed this, but I don't reckon there's one full play in there that you can actually watch and see what he's doing, because there's just so much going on.
I think you're being very diplomatic. I think that is borderline unwatchable.
But strip it back to a quarter of the effects going on. So if you watch that again, we can scroll it. So if I share my screen to that, the very start of it, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
The very start of it, maybe like this. Hang on. So this bit.
Yeah, cool.
Grainy sort of text, vintage sort of look. Dial that back to half the photos, so maybe just the two background ones. I don't mind this sort of emoji sort of sketch, crown look, close-ups. But I don't know, there's just too much going on, and it just goes wild from here. I think about 12 seconds is where I'd stop it, in terms of what I could appreciate.
Yeah, it's
just so much.
You know what it really feels like? It really feels as though that they've just put 20 transitions together but forgot to put the highlights in.
Yes, or already built, a pre-built After Effects template, and they've thrown in a couple of other After Effects templates.
Yeah. Look, credit. I don't want it to be all negative. Credit for trying something different. But it's I don't know. I don't want to burn any bridges, but it's hard to watch.
I thought about when I chose this, but that's this world. We're not trying to say it's shit, because you're going to learn from it. Whoever made from this, and it'll be interesting what other people think. This is just our opinions.
Exactly.
But it probably is just a bit of a point about, again, doing too much and asking yourself what you're actually trying to achieve from specific bits of content. But
that's so true, and it doesn't feel like it doesn't make. Or maybe it would, but we're not Sea Eagles fans either. Maybe that would get Sea Eagles fans hyped, but I don't know.
Again, the elements are there. It's just about stripping it back, because I think it's hard to tell whether the person who made this knows what they're doing, or it's just a bit of pre-made templates. But there's still a bit of skill in there, to make those things happen.
Yeah, there definitely is. They've thought about it and whatnot. But yeah, probably even the music. I'm glad I watched it with sound on, because I thought the music was really cool to start with, and then you just lose it because they're overlaying 10 different sounds at once.
Yeah.
Good concept. Needs improvement.
Yep. exactly. And we don't always need to be all, positive.
No, we don't. Cool, but
You've seen
now it's back to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. This is something. So background to all this is I save a lot of content just in my phone and in my likes, and I don't necessarily always get around to talking about it. And this one is not going to take long at all. But one of my favorite teams to look at on Insta is the LA Rams, and I think I've spoken about them before. Just like really bold, clean colors, like same kind of effect. It's. I think we've spoken about this before, Bucks, but I reckon that like the Lakers and the LA Rams might use the same kind of creative agency or same kind of creative team, because you can see a lot of consistency or similar things in their designs and the way that they post photos.
Yeah. You know what I love?
Rams. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to comment on that. I love that it's very clearly them and they edit all their photos, but it doesn't take the normal / human colors out of it. So like, how some pages can go too far on filters and the skin color doesn't look skin colored?
Yeah.
I appreciate like the Rams example, all their work looks edited, but it doesn't look unrealistic.
Yeah, and I think that's part, like, I think it was last year they went through a big rebrand and they changed a few of their colors in their uniform and their logo, and they've just stuck with it and made it really slick from that point on. But yeah, I agree with that point. Like, none of these photos look edited, but they don't look stylized, disgusting edited.
Yeah, they're not ruined.
No, they're not ruined. Here's one I just wanted to bring up quickly, and it's a watch this space. So you can see, for those watching at home, we're just looking through their Instagram feed, and there's a number of pictures. G'day, Bernie. From their team photo day or media day starting to flow through, and they've clearly got like an amazing set, which just like looks like LCD screens and whatnot, where they can project graphics on the back. But Barks, yes, have a look at this.
Okay.
Look at that screen. That's not a green screen. Okay, that's actually happening. That's an actual screen, like mirrored floors, it looks like. But how amazing is that? So, sorry, my cat. Hello.
I hope you don't have epilepsy.
So for those watching at home, we're currently watching 3 LA Rams players dance on the set of their team photo day. But the background in this team photo day has the most insane, like, Rams animation. It's like wall to floor, like screens. Yeah. And then a mirror floor where it's all reflected. So it just looks like this insane effect. It's just 4D. A little... Yeah, it's like this Instagram reel, but then they have the cameraman walking past and you get a glimpse of what the actual shot looks like in his little viewfinder. Yeah. And it's going to be unreal whenever they unleash that, because it looks like a fun house. It looks like... It does. I don't know how to describe it. And then there's this other little one, which it looks like a lot of the behind the scenes shots from just one of their players, Cooper Krupp. And it's a mix of highlights and whatnot, but they've got some of that media day footage where the background's going off, and he's just like, it's so cool. Like, I can't even describe it. It's an unreal thing for their media day.
You know what I'm loving with this sort of stuff, that a lot of teams are doing it, how they're using footage from media day, but they don't use the media day shots. So rather than, like, you can go to all this massive effort of the media day shots, but a lot of the teams are using it from behind the camera of the players actually doing it, as opposed to what you see through the camera. Yeah,
I think that's smart as well, because like the media day shots are kind of like official use corny, of... Yeah. Well, these ones don't look corny, I've got to say. Well, no. Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I like, Rams are just... I'm just genuinely so excited for what those shots might look like, and we got a glimpse with this birthday one, but it's a watch this space. This is a watch this space reminder for me, so I can check back in a couple of years.
We like that.
Weeks. But yeah, that's my second piece of content. So just, I guess, a bit of thinking out of the box when it comes to media day, and if you've got a fucking huge budget like the Rams seem to do, and you can afford wall-to-floor screens, go for it.
Yeah, so if you've got a shitload of money, use it, is basically what we're telling you today.
Yeah.
I just had a quick one before we go to Egg and Boss of the Week.
Yeah.
I saw this from Fox Footy. It's not too relevant to what they're actually doing, but I want to quickly ask you, because I saw a tweet quoting this. This is how it came up in my feed, but Connor Rosie, it is Rosie, it's not Rosie. He did like a similar post to Devin Booker in the playoffs, and I saw someone quote this saying, "Can we not?" Meaning like, I think people get irritated when other sports compared to, so like an Australian sport, AFL, compared to NBA sport. But I want to see your thoughts on this, because I love when teams do this. I love when sports do this, and I don't understand the other side of it. And I was hoping you would have the other side of it so we could fight on air, but I feel like you're going to agree with me.
I agree with you. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's a smart move. It's probably one of the smarter bits of content that Fox Sports have come up with in the last 10 years.
Well, that's what I thought, and now this is going to be boring. But I just don't understand. I don't understand
okay.
why.
Let's try and work out the other side of it then. Is it just because they're comparing Connor Rosie to, was it Devin Booker?
Devin Booker, but you can't compare two completely different sports or athletes. Like, you can't say, unless you're saying Connor Rosie is the level of talent that Devin Booker is in his league. Like, I don't know.
I mean, Connor Rosie is pretty good, but...
Yeah, but like...
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know the other side of it. Sorry. Normally, I'm happy to fight with you. You know that.
Well, other side of it... Oh, trying to be someone you're not, trying to be the NBA when you're the AFL, like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway,
I mean, the AFL's been trying to do that for years, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's a copycat world anyway, so I don't know. Copy Bernie. Copy ironing board? Oh, copycat. If you're listening to this and you do have the other side of it, so we're talking about sporting leagues basically delving into what's happening in other sporting leagues. If there's a side of it that you can see why people don't like, say, the AFL relating to things happening in the NBA, please tell us, because we don't know. All right.
Yeah, maybe why don't we put that out as a tweet?
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, all right, done.
Oh, did you send it?
Sent it. No, I didn't. All right, here we go. Now, Barks, I know you're left at home this weekend.
I am.
And so normally we know that the one meal you can cook and that you like cooking is breakfast for Elise. So you won't get the chance to do that this week. Are you going to be okay with that?
I should be fine. It's usually something I'm okay with.
But what that means is that you come closer. What that means is that you're gonna have an excess of eggs of the week.
Oh, I'm not gonna make eggs for myself.
I know you wouldn't. I thought you said there you were just gonna forward it to her, like pack up the scrambled eggs and send it over via text or something.
What? You're weird. Oh, I got a couple. Do you want to? How many do you have? Let's have a bit of an egg off.
I have one.
Fun egg off. All right, I'll start then.
Yeah, go. You start.
Quick one submitted by Elise. Actually, thank you for your constant support, love, dedication, and I
love you.
Appreciate it.
Love you, Elise.
This one's not self-explanatory. Just this goalkeeping error, which I saw it, and you can't not give this guy an egg. He basically fumbles the ball.
Oh my god.
He
definitely is. That's match fixing. That's got to be match fixing.
No, what? Oh, okay. We'll watch it again. You could probably believe it, couldn't you?
Yeah, it's match fixing.
So the ball just rolls to him slowly. He doesn't even look that surprised, actually. I reckon you're onto something.
Look.
Oh, right.
That's some match fixing going.
That's crazy. Is that a common thing and I just not in the soccer world?
I don't know if it is in soccer. It used to be quite common in cricket. But anyway.
Oh, yeah? First comment, this is more staged than a coop in Turkey. Whatever that means. Sounds clever.
Right, a coup, not a coop.
Oh.
It's not a bunch of chickens taking over Turkey.
Anyway.
All right. My egg. And you're going to like this. This is a bit of a story. So, wait.
Settle in.
Do you want to... Are your eggs short? Because you can go before
My
me.
second one's incredibly short. We'll just
Okay, you go for that.
I want an egg, and if I've got the pronunciation of this, again, this is spoiled. Like, if I've got the pronunciation of this name wrong, then it's spoiled my egg. But I'm egging the parents for calling someone mate. Is this VFL Richmond guys called mate cleaner?
It would probably be mate.
No, it's got to be mate.
No, it would be mate.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
See, I've googled. I spent some time googling it, but anyway, there's a VFL Richmond player playing their first
We
game.
can just egg Richmond VFL if you like.
Why?
I don't know, just for the fun of it.
Anyway, he was a development player for Melbourne United, so multi-sport mate. Anyway, if his name was mate, I just
I don't
thought
know,
about
mate.
all the hilarious Australian comments. Oh, g'day, mate. Have you met my mate?
I think you've
What?
had
I'm not your
two
mate.
fizzers for eggs just there. They're absolute fizzer
Pretty
eggs.
shit week, actually. Yeah. Oh well, mate.
Let me tell you mine.
Go on, tell me it.
So yesterday I had a liquid lunch with Tim from Tradable Bits and a couple of other people.
Did you talk about me?
We did not talk about you. It's not always about you, Michael.
No, I more meant like the podcast.
No, we didn't.
Wow.
We spoke business. We spoke
Lunch.
business.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
Business. Anyway, so morning was incredibly busy for some reason yesterday morning. Had a lot going on. Had a lot of people calling me, trying to work out stuff. So it was a bit of a panic. I was catching up with Tim and crew from about 2:00. And it got to about 1:30. We were only catching up down the road, so I knew it was only going to take me 10 minutes walking. So it's a quick commute.
Get on with it.
No, my stories take time, and if you interrupt, they're going to take longer.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm setting the scene. I'm getting dressed. I come back, answer some emails, go and put on another piece of clothing, and answer a call, do the same thing. It gets to 1:45, and I'm like, shit, gotta go. I'm dressed, I'm out the door. Right?
Yeah.
You think Christ is averted, get there at 2:00, no drama. So I go to the toilet twice while I'm there, right? Twice.
Relevance.
It'll have relevance. Didn't notice this.
Pants?
Hold on. Shut up and stop
getting
interrupting.
fidgety and irritated.
Cranky boy. Anyway, so finish the thing, come home at about 5:36, and I go to the toilet again. And it is only at this stage, when I go to the toilet for the third time, that I realised that I hadn't taken off the pair of shorts that I was wearing before I went out for lunch, and I just put my trousers over the shorts,
that's not that bad.
over my underwear, and I'd worn 3 layers. So I'm egging myself and not paying attention to the amount of clothing that I'm wearing.
Fair enough, but on the other hand, I thought that would be like your shorts are somewhere on the other side of your pants, like you're wearing them on the outside. That's not that bad. I mean, you're an idiot, but
Yeah.
pay attention.
Egg.
It would
Egg.
also feel very different, like compared to 2 layers.
It should have, and I probably should have noticed when I was peeing twice, like that I was wearing an extra pair of clothes.
In the zone, I guess.
Yes, in the zone.
Don't worry about it. Just keep your head up. Focus on you. You're not spending enough time on you. You're not paying attention to yourself, what you want, and treat yourself better.
Doesn't help when I've got piss ants like you messaging me all through the day about like some email.
I was just making jokes and you weren't responding to anything. I'm like, no time for jokes today. Yeah, it was from a Carlton email. Anyway.
Alright.
Have you got any real influential figures in your life that you'd like to... I was trying to intro like boss of the week, like you're going to call me a boss or something like that, but I didn't really know where to go with it. Anyway, boss of the week. What do we got? Let's move on. What do you got?
All right, I've got one.
Okay.
I've got one. All right, here he is. So my favorite thing to do these days is go on LinkedIn, and there's now a number of current AFL players that are going on LinkedIn, and like, what the fuck are they sharing? Like, apart from maybe anything that they're doing educational wise, whatever.
Maybe like,
but
that footy and sport players are not just athletes and they've got lives outside of it. You ignorant.
Correct. Like, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's what I thought they would share. Like, anything they're doing education-wise, work-wise. That's what LinkedIn's for, right? Have a look at Shai Bolton, and I think this is the biggest flex, but the biggest boss of the week.
Oh, yes.
He's sharing his highlights from the game on LinkedIn.
That's awesome. That's pretty hilarious, actually.
I just think it's great. I think it's one of the best things that I've ever seen.
Best things you've ever seen. Wow. Yeah.
Actually, there's a whole list of players here. Quinton Narkle, Daniel Rioli. It's like someone's management. Like, here we go. Managed by Ralph Carr. Here we go. Ralph Carr.
Oh, there you go.
I know. Yeah. Now I'm egging him because we're going by Ralph Carr. Still feels unreal. Okay, Barks, we've got a new egg. We're going back to egg. Ralph Carr, who's coming up with this insipid LinkedIn content strategy for his talent. And they're just all
thinking about this. Hashtag Throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursdays haven't been a thing for so long. Someone tell Ralph. Here he is, Ralph Carr. Dustin. Should we go on to Ralph Carr's? Let's have a look. Come on, here.
We might as well give him a notification.
Manager and entrepreneur. Here we go. Oh, fucking Ralph Carr management. 23 years he's worked at the same.
It's approaching bullying territory.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, I don't know though. Oh, he asked me to connect.
Oh, dude, what a turn. Accept it. What a turn. Maybe he can manage my LinkedIn presence as well. Well, you need it. What a twist that was. Now you're LinkedIn. Now your connections.
This is fucking unreal. And all his players are clearly just copying and pasting the comments. Yeah. Do you reckon it's him that's also like then just going on and liking their posts from himself?
Probably. I don't get, why does it say in all the players' descriptions managed by Ralph Carr at RCM Sport? Is that normal?
Yeah,
or is that something he would have had to
I
put
think
in there?
that's something that he's done. This is so weird.
Right.
This is gone from Shai being a boss to Ralph being an egg. It's just this. I don't know, like
unbelievable from you today. Unbelievable. Egg boss.
We've done it again. The old egg boss.
Anyway, that's
what
nice.
You got?
I got two quick ones. Again, I don't think I've had a great week, but sharing quickly. Bossing the Pirates final score graphic. Not a great performance from them. Don't even know what sport the Pirates is, to be fair.
Baseball?
Yeah, possibly. But anyway, they've just got a screenshot of some trending picture of someone looking disappointed, and in the background, meme style, they've just written the final score graphic. Good
stuff. Love it.
Well done. Did you see this during the week?
Yes. Yeah.
Ronaldo, and I don't know if it's true, but did you see how much they said that Ronaldo cost Coke by removing this?
Like millions?
Millions. So if you weren't aware, Cristiano Ronaldo, he removed some Coke bottles from the press conference. And I think he just made a comment like drink water, moved them to the side at the Euro. What's the Euro 2020? Is that competition? Tournament?
Yeah, that's soccer.
Yeah.
For the Euro League.
Yeah, okay. He moved the Cokes off the press conference bench and said drink water, and apparently that cost Coke millions. I don't know about you, but if you could do that and cause that much money, that's pretty boss move. It's pretty weird that it can cost impact that much, but boss.
Now let me up boss this, because that was cool. And then there was a guy that did the Heineken as well. But have a look at this. You've just reminded me. This guy. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
This guy then turned around and he's like, well, if Ronaldo doesn't want it and if that other guy doesn't want it, give me the Coke bottles and I want to get sponsored by them.
That's funny. Is he a big player? Who is he?
I have no idea. Yarmolenko. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about soccer, but I thought that was quite funny. Yeah. So it ended up not being that bad.
That's all right. Yes.
I've got one more as just a conversation point. And I want to get your thoughts on it because we've discussed it before, I think. I'm going to try and find it. It was on Collingwood's profile. Yeah, here we go. Now, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this, Bucks? So Collingwood have basically put an out of office up for their week off.
Yes, they're very relevant to Edwin's. Edwin's tip last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You asking my thoughts on this?
Yeah, I want to know your thoughts.
So they've just put up a tweet basically telling the world that the content crew is switching off during the bye round, and they've put a photo of a sign on the door with a cute little puppy. Well, I like the dog. I don't really have a thought one way or the other on this one. That's a pretty boring answer, but I feel like it's unrealistic because I feel like they're going to be pumping out content anyway, unless they literally just don't touch a thing during the whole week.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's have a look at their account. So that was on the 21st of the... Oh, it's June 16. Then they retweeted something on June 16, 17.
But they have then.
Yeah, this is the one thing that they said that they were going to put out.
Okay. Well, I mean, if they switched off that whole week, I rate it more than I don't.
I think there's a balance between switching off and having no presence to still keeping yourself in the conversation.
Yeah. It depends what's going on internally. Like, what are they actually all having a week off? Maybe
that's a thing. I don't know. I'd love to see more clubs do it because that means more clubs would not feel bad about not doing it.
Yeah. If you're not playing well, you open yourself up to just constantly getting...
reamed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hipster Jules. Yeah, you open yourself up to a lot of people just mocking you, like saying you've been switched off the whole year or whatever. But
yeah.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts. Anyone? Listeners? Has anyone listened to this yet? Do you reckon?
Anyone listening? Is there anybody out there?
Okay, Jules. Are we done with this episode? Because I'm not wrapping this up. We just got to go back to... We said at the start of this episode that we'd pick a sport each for next week. And...
Have you got mine? Okay, what do you got?
Well, it's nothing surprising. If you're going to refuse to give me lacrosse, I want you to understand the world of lacrosse content by next week. Well, for next week.
Okay, I'm done. I'll do it.
I'll even send you a content creator. Or two. I think I follow a couple.
Okay. Let me do that. I will dive into the world of professional lacrosse.
I'm jealous.
On the flip side, I want you to jump into the world of ultimate frisbee.
Okay. I think you're going to go something like badminton or something. I like that.
No, I think we go the two most American sports you can think of. And we go lacrosse and ultimate frisbee.
Can't wait. It's a day.
So we've got a week. We'll review some content. We'll come up with 3 content creators each, you reckon?
3.
Find 3. Find our top 3.
What if we could... Okay, we'll use this as like a mini presentation. Like, what if one of us could happen to bring on a guest for 5 minutes?
Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
I'm not saying that will happen, but you never know.
Maybe just a quick interview that we can play.
Yeah.
Pocket profile.
I like that. Probably been used before, but I like that. All right, cool. Look at us creating on a creating show.
Yeah, that's because we are creators.
I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, well done.
Entrepreneur. I manage players.
I'm Ralph. No, Ralph's right.
Ralph Car Management.
I would challenge you to dive into Ralph Car.
I want a solid LinkedIn strategy for all my players.
That's
I'm
good.
sorry, I can't get over that. I thought we were at a real low point when we hit the Manly Sea Eagles, and then I realised that that guy was just doing the same thing for everyone. That's trash.
It's a real shot at Manly Sea Eagles. It's a good conversation start at Manly Sea Eagles. So if anyone's listening and take offence, it's not meant to bash you. It's part of the world. Some people aren't going to like what you do.
Like, some of the work that we do, people hate.
Absolutely. I hate most of what you do. Yes.
I've got to give you a little bit of props here. Two things that you pulled together this week. Both with the first one especially with the assistance of Christian Filippo.
Shouts.
The Harry Mackay re-signing video.
Oh, Mackay. You've worked at Carlton.
Mackay.
Athlete, you should know it's Mackay.
Does he know my last name?
Maybe. Wallace.
Yeah, anyway. I thought that came together really well, considering all things considered. Why don't you tell people a little bit about the background of how quickly you put that together?
Well, men.
I think that's an interesting story.
It's a bit self-centered. No, I mean,
So something new for you then.
I messaged Critter during the week because I feel like a lot of the times, like, the execution of this gets all the love, and I'm not trying to handball all of it. I made the video, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But the execution gets the love. Where, boy, was it fantastic. No, I made it. But the idea is the main point that deserves a bit of kudos. So without that, I wouldn't have made that bloody video. So I just want to say that it's 50-50. The idea and execution deserves the love. So well done, Critter, is all I'm saying. You actually, I mean, as for what I did, I just made it when I found out.
God, you tell a boring story.
Oh, we don't drag on your stupid double short story.
We found out that this was happening at like 8 p.m. on Monday night, and Barks turned the video around by 8 a.m. the next morning. That's what the story is. Yeah, so well done.
Thank you. And it really wasn't anything spectacular because it was the late 9:30 NBL game on that I just did it in front of that and then finished it off in the morning. So just multitask. All right,
people. Let's just cut all this because
I'm just being realistic.
Let's just end the show. Anyway, everyone, thanks for listening. Piss ants. No, the other thing I wanted to say is that you guys have all pulled together another really good podcast. And this is not to pump up Carlton.
Oh, the new Carlton. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Credit to the team on that one because I thought it was great.
I think it's come together really well. So if you are a Carlton fan and you only listen to us because we work at Carlton, make sure you give that a listen as well. The Talking Gibberfish.
Talking Gibberfish, yes.
Some amazing graphics by the very talented Jason Salopek. Some nice video editing by yourself, Michael, and production by Critter and Marnie. So give it a listen.
Nice.
Very well done.
Talking Gibberfish out now on all your platforms.
No, not Google yet. Just Apple and Spotify.
Sorry, not Google.
Yeah, to the one Carlton supporter that's pissed off that it's not. Anyway.
Why isn't it?
We don't want
to talk about it.
Don't want to talk about it. Anyway, everyone, thank you for tuning in for this Saturday evening special. Not that it's a Saturday evening when you're listening, but thank you. We appreciate you listening. We are working on some guests. Don't worry, it's not just going to always be Barks and myself. They're working away in the background. But for this week coming up, if you do know any Ultimate Frisbee or lacrosse producers that we should be looking at, feel free to slide into the DMs and we'll have a look at them. Barks, enjoy your Saturday night alone without Elise. I hope it goes well.
Absolute pleasure, and I'll let you know what I order on Uber Eats.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe just post that on Twitter as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Won't really make a lot of sense to people listening Wednesday, but that's all right.
Just take a photo. Anyway, everyone, thanks a lot. Make sure you subscribe and follow across Twitter, Instagram, and of course the full show is also on YouTube if you want to see a lot of the examples that we're talking about. Enjoy your week.
Lacrosse versus Ultimate Frisbee next week.
Coming up. Bye.